This morning starts at the tone. Elvis Duran and the Z100 Morning Show.
Z100.
A very, very dear old friend of our show passed away back in November. Also happens to be Danielle's father, Roy.
Yeah.
We traveled the world with him. He used to call in and talk to us and on the radio, and he loved his daughter, Danny, as he called her.
Yep.
Well, so he passed away in November. It was a very, very, very sad time for your family, Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you miss your father a lot. You talk about him a lot.
Yep.
But he actually came to visit you the other night. Tell us about how fantastic that was.
So it's so weird. Like, he always sends me signs that he's okay. Like, you know, I always get little signs here and there. But I never actually had him come in a dream. And my sister always gets dreams about him coming and talking to her. And my mom's had a few. And I'm like, why don't I get any? So the other night, he came to me in a dream and he like opened his arms and he gave me a hug and he just kept hugging me. And he said, it's been so long since I've been able to hug you like this. And I said, Dad, you know, I miss your hugs, you know, and he just kept hugging me. And then I remember the end of the dream, I was like, I didn't want to let go because I felt like once I let go, I wouldn't be able to hug him again because I knew he wasn't really there. And it was just like so weird. But it was just it was so real. And when I woke up, I called everyone in the family and I'm like, Dad was hugging me. I felt it. He was hugging. He was there. It was just so real. It was warm. It was like it was really him. And he was skinnier. I called my sister. I said, was Dad skinnier when he was hugging you? He lost weight in heaven. Like, I was like, it was like, you know, but it was just.
Do they have Peloton up there?
They might. They really might have Peloton.
So, do you recall having any conversation with him? Do you remember anything?
It was just him hugging me. I thought he told me my clothes looked bigger, which I was like, you know what, Dad, let's not. You know, we are in pandemic mode here. Let's just not. But I just remember him saying, it's been so long since I've hugged you like this. And I just like lost it because.
Good for you.
You know.
So the question is, does it make you sad if you have a dream like that, or does it make you just really, really happy?
It actually made me really happy because it was, you know, I wanted something like that to happen. And I felt like I finally got a visit from him. And it was nice. I felt like
Let's hear for more.
He's okay.
Let's hear for more. Why don't you do it again?
Yeah.
Just be open for it, you know? Be open for it.
Yeah.
I can think of a list of people I would love to hear from who have passed away. I remember the first time my dad visited me. It was great. I woke up a little confused. Like, did that really happen? Because it felt really real. And we had a conversation. I can't recall what it is. Don't you hate when you have a great dream and you wake up and you know exactly what happened, but if you try to think about it or say it out loud, it evaporates from your mind?
Oh, yeah,
it's weird
totally.
how the brain works. So there's no telling what happened in your dream with your father, Danielle, that you just don't consciously remember. Or if he hasn't done this before, you just don't remember. We don't know.
Exactly.
But I love that. Well, I love that. What a great gift for you.
Yeah.
And
it was
I'm so
nice.
happy for you.
It was nice.
Wow. I have Jacqueline on line 20. Hey, Jacqueline.
Hi.
Hi. So your mom passed away. How long ago?
In 2015.
Okay.
Aww.
And she comes to visit you all the time?
All the time. My niece is 4. Never met her. She talks to her all the time, says Mima comes to her.
Oh.
A few months ago, I had a dream and she hugged me on my stairs and said, I love you. I'm okay. Everything's going to be okay. And it was amazing. And I feel so comforted all the time.
I bet a lot of people out there are thinking, well, what did I do wrong? They're not coming to see me.
I know.
And then people try to explain it. Well, maybe they haven't crossed over. Yeah, they have. They've crossed. Get over that.
Oh, I get that, yeah.
Yeah, let's not start that. They're in God's waiting room.
I'm so excited to be talking to you guys, by the way.
We'll talk about that. I love that. Why are you excited to talk about to us?
I
We're
listen
live.
to you guys on my way to work every morning, and you always make me smile. And I've been depressed for years, and you guys just you make me so happy.
Oh.
You made me think of something. I wonder if, let's say you listen to your favorite show every day, and then let's say someone on the show passes away, do they still like come talk to you every morning and give you like the weather and the traffic and stuff like that? I mean, I don't know. Like, where does one begin? Where does one end? But I love that your mother comes to see you, and I do wish everyone could experience something like that. But
it's amazing. It's like I said, Danielle, it is so comforting.
It really is.
You just feel like, okay, well, at least they're still visiting me when they're not here.
Yep.
Like they're thinking about me.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I love the fall. Like, the fall is my favorite time of year because, I love Halloween and I love all the holidays and the smell of it and all that. But this year I was a little nervous about the fall because I'm thinking, my dad died a year ago and it's going to bring back memories and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like maybe it's his way of saying, you know what? Enjoy your fall. I want you to have this. I love you. I'm okay. I'm here with you. I'm going to be surrounding you with love and everything's going to be okay. You can
look at it from two different angles. Two different angles. One is, I don't know, here comes the fall. It's going to bring back memories of my father. Or here comes the fall. It's going to bring back memories of my father. Yeah. It's good. It's a good thing, and I don't know.
It's a great thing. And I will tell you this, Danielle, every first holiday without them is the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
But you just have to keep pushing through and be strong and realize that they wouldn't want you to sit there crying and pouting. They'd want you to enjoy it.
Yep. Agreed.
I wonder if people who have passed visit so much, you're like, oh, God, are you back? Can you give me a break? Can we just take a break from each other? I wonder. I don't know.
Only the ones that visit you and nag.
Yeah, that's like, oh, God, what? You again? Stop. Anyway, I love your story, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for listening to us. You have a very super day, okay?
Thank you guys so much. You too. Thank you.
Joe on line 23. This happens to Joe with his mom. Your mom comes to see you, Joe?
She does. So I lost her about a year and a half ago. She lost her battle with cancer. And she will often come and visit. And, one time I was just hugging her and I didn't want to let her go. And I actually, I cried myself awake. And my girlfriend was like, what are you doing? I was like, sorry, Mom was just with me right there. So it was, wow. It was definitely a weird sensation.
Aw.
Good. Embrace it. And, and look forward to the next one. I think it's awesome. And Joe, thank you for calling us. I hope you have a great day. You and your mom have a great day, okay? Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. I love these conversations, Me
too.
You always do wonder, like, what happens? What happens after you pass away? I mean, when are we ever going to really, truly know,
Right.
I don't know.
Elvis Duran.
He just keeps opening his mouth.
And the
Hey, it's Nicki Minaj.
What's up? It's the Kid Leroy.
This is Rihanna.
Hey, this is Lady Gaga. You're listening to Elvis Duran and the Morning Show.
Well, happy July 4th. The stars never lie on July 4th.
No.
Who are you doing your horoscopes with today?
The gal who dresses up for every holiday, Danielle Monaro.
All right,
the gal.
The gal. It's Post Malone's birthday. It's Mike Sorrentino, the Situation from the Jersey Shore's birthday, and my sister Jackie. It's her birthday today. She's the 4th of July, baby. So happy birthday. Capricorn, whom you're becoming is built from every choice you make. Keep choosing what's best for you. Your day's an 8.
Aquarius, some of the most beautiful paths will be the one you never planned. Be spontaneous. Your day's a 7.
Hey, Pisces, with a second chance, you could thrive. Offer somebody else that same courtesy. Your day is a 5.
Aries, the pressure you feel is proof that you care. Don't buckle. Use it to push yourself forward. Your day's a 9.
Taurus, it is scaring you because it's exciting, or is it because it's uncomfortable? Take time to decide. Your day's an 8.
Ooh. Gemini, joy without guilt comes when you take care of yourself. Don't hold the weight of others. Your day's a 9.
Cancer, no effort is wasted when it's aligned with your heart. Work hard on what matters most to you. Your day's a 9.
Hey, Leo, don't be hard on yourself for not knowing everything. Some lessons are only learned through difficult times. Your day's a 6.
Virgo, everyone who has succeeded has also failed. Stop letting one setback keep you down. Your day is a 7.
Libra, instead of waiting for it to be as good as it was, work on making it better than it was before. Your day's a 10.
Scorpio, ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Your day's an 8.
Ooh, and finally, Sagittarius, remember, you can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. Your day's a 6, and those are your Friday morning horoscopes.
So it's an interesting article that Gandhi shared with me. The headline, Platonic relationships are on the rise. So they spoke to friends who have chosen to live the rest of their lives together. They say, I don't think our love and commitment together should pale in comparison to romantic love. So they're talking about friends who decided relationships with, going through the sausage making process of trying to get relationships going and up and running and all the heartbreaking. Rather than doing that, you have a platonic friend you really love and trust. It's going to work with them. So
well, wait a minute. I got questions.
Well, hold on. Let Gandhi talk about what she knows about the article, and then we all have questions on this. Go ahead. So what are they saying in essence here?
So in essence, they're just saying, if we are really following these like sacred covenants of marriage and you look at what they are, why can I not do that with a best friend? If we just take the sex off the table and my, best friend Elise is the greatest person in the world and we're going to look out for each other forever and always have each other's backs and always be there when the other one is sick, when they're going through something, why can't we have these type of things and people support and acknowledge and almost normalize those relationships so that people still have companionship through their whole life? Why does it have to be a romantic partner that you marry? And I was thinking, man, if I could marry my sister, I'd believe in marriage for sure. She's awesome. Yeah.
I love that. Well, but you are in a romantic relationship.
I am, currently. And I love him. He's great.
So, but we're talking about not just us, we're talking about people who actually normalizing people being able to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, but is there marriage involved?
It doesn't have to be marriage. Some people are saying, well, married people get better tax breaks and deals on houses and all this other kind of stuff, so why can't we get married and just leave it there? So, I mean, there are all different ways that people are addressing it, but I think it's kind of cool. And it's one of those things where I always talked about it with my best friends, and we were like, let's just get a compound and become like the Golden Girls when we're old. Let's do that.
I've had that relationship, that conversation with several best friends. All right, Danielle, what is your question?
Okay, so now obviously with what you said, that's no sex with each other. But are you having sex with other people? Is that allowed, or is it just you're with this person and it is what it is? I wonder.
If you're platonic, I don't think you get jealous if your other half is out there having sex.
Okay.
I think, if you're talking about you and your best friend, you're both into guys, right? The two of you. So, yeah, go get it. Do what you want. You're just married to each other.
Well, let me ask you this.
Or with each other.
Well, let's say you and I are having a platonic relationship and we're together, we're loving it, and we've decided the rest of our lives, if we can get there, it'd be kind of great. And then you start having sex with someone just for the sex, but then you start falling for them, and then I'm like, well, I can't give you that, so...
Tough.
I don't know. It's one of those things you have to work through.
Right, because if you're married at that point, there's no, easy. You can't just say, well, okay, bye-bye.
It's so funny how...
a throuple.
A throuple. True, though. We actually met someone not long ago he's married to two other guys.
Yes,
and they're making it work, and I think it's pretty cool. Look, we all have, in our minds, in our lives, the structure of what a relationship should be, correct?
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to open the corral and understand there are other ways, and I'm totally open-minded for someone else to do it any way they want, as long as no one's getting hurt and it's all good, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I find it may be difficult for me if I needed... I don't know. You don't know till you get there, right? I guess.
Right. I just feel like in life right now, if I know that there's one person that really will love me in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, all of that stuff, it is my sister and it is my best friend. I think I could probably do some stuff to tick Brandon off at some point and make him not love me, right? We could all do that to our significant other.
Your dad's going to love this. He only has to pay for one wedding for $2.
He already, we've had this conversation.
Yeah,
so you're like,
not
my
where I'm
sister,
from,
she's
Gandhi.
keeping me forever.
What's that, Frog?
Too bad you're not where I'm from, Gandhi. People used to marry their sister where I was from. But,
See, they were ahead of the curve. Yeah, scary.
So if you're taking the love and the sex out of a relationship for marriage, aren't you then just reducing this to a business contract?
No.
A marriage, a business contract.
Not what she said. Not at all.
I didn't say take love out. Love is definitely
So
there.
love,
I'm just
but
saying
no
you can
sex.
take out the sex. Yeah.
Love is there. Absolutely. A lot of people
And there
have...
are plenty of marriages without sex. We know that. So what is the difference?
Exactly. Interesting concept. Finally, he shows up.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. This is Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. C100.
So Nate asked an interesting question, and it's because of a conversation we're having with Froggy. Froggy has these, what are those critters called you have in your yard? They're
mole crickets.
Mole crickets. All right. He wants to get rid of them.
So you went to your local Lowe's, right? Or where'd you go?
I went to Lowe's.
Actually, I went to a place that just sells pesticides,
yes,
and lawn stuff to people who have a license. You have to have a license to buy this stuff. It's not just regular everyday stuff.
Right. So if you're a murderer, this is like the place you would go. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I go there and I go to buy these two items. I buy a granular form and I buy a liquid form. And the guy behind the counter goes, "You only need one or the other." I go, "Oh, no. I'm watering in the granule with the liquid." He goes, "You're going to kill everything." I'm like, "That's my plan."
Wow.
So I had to call a friend of mine who's in the landscape business, who has a license to have these products, to say that I was picking it up for him. That's how strong this stuff is.
Oh, wow.
So Nate asked the question, hey, have you ever gone to like a hardware store like Lowe's or whatever, and they get suspicious by the items you're purchasing?
Yeah.
Because he went to the hardware store and started, what did you buy?
So, yeah, I have these posts, these fence posts that I got to dig out of my yard. Well, you got to dig them out. So what do you use to dig? Shovel.
A shovel.
And so when you get them out of the ground, you got to throw them away somehow. So what do you get? Those heavy-duty black contractor trash bags that you, in essence, could fit a body in.
Right.
So I just had those two items on the conveyor belt. I'm like, is somebody going to, like, come over and, like, ask me for my phone number or something?
You being the murderer that you...
I'm not a murderer, but it was very suspicious. And I was wondering, like, if somebody comes and purchases items like that, do they like mark it down on a list or something in case?
The murderer bought a shovel to dig a grave and trash bags.
I would assume if you had like a hacksaw with there, I mean, you would need like something to saw the body parts off.
Well, I didn't buy a saw, so that was, I guess, not the red flag. But you should have seen me in the back. I did look suspicious. I was digging in the backyard, swearing, and dragging this heavy bag with, old cement in it. It did look suspicious.
So the question is, if you work at a Lowe's, do you guys ever go, "Hey, look at this guy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah. He's a murderer."
They do this in the pharmacy, too, because everybody makes heroin with half of the drugs and stuff. So if you want, like, certain allergy medicines, you have to, like, basically sell your first child.
You show them the license?
Oh, yeah, for
your
the
license.
Yeah, that's
and then
me.
they write you down.
I'm cooking up crack in the kitchen.
Right.
If you could just sell me some of that. Yeah, Scotty B, what's up?
I had a guy at a supermarket checkout look crooked at me one time because I had a 6-pack of Bud Light, AA batteries, and an Elmo mac and cheese meal. So that was just what could have been going on at my house.
Yeah, that's a suspicious.
To catch a predator.
That's a suspicious menu.
Yeah.
I would hope that they say something, because if you see some shady character walking out with a shovel, bag, zip ties, and like duct tape, and you don't, isn't that kind of your fault?
No, Gandhi. The thing is that there are many, many, many more applications than murder that you would need those items.
But murder is the first and foremost.
Right.
Well, with people like you who watch Discovery ID around the clock.
Yeah, but then what if you see them on the TV then and you see that they got arrested or they killed somebody? You go, "Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I saw that guy. I saw what he bought and I didn't do anything."
Why, no, it's not really your fault. He's the murderer, not you.
I know,
mean,
Brett.
you can't take full responsibility because of someone's murdering.
But you sold him the zip ties and the duct tape and the knife.
I know, but you didn't do that on purpose. Those are all legal to sell. Yeah, Froggy, what?
I know I've told you this before, but when Lisa was used to be a leasing manager for an apartment community, she actually showed two guys who murdered somebody who lived in an apartment, the exact apartment that they murdered the person in. They came in, they wanted to see an apartment like X, like they said, "We want to see an apartment like 8914. And she said, okay. She showed it to them. They walked through. They left. A week later, these guys broke into that 8914 and murdered.
So they used that to case the joint. They wanted to see what the layout was like.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
So question: did she feel any regret or guilt? She shouldn't.
She said they did seem odd. They didn't want to fill out any paperwork. They didn't want, like, you know how when you go to look at an apartment, they take your name and number. She said that they did seem odd, but she did not want to cause any problems. But they wanted to see what they wanted to see.
Well,
they saw it. She walked them through it. They left.
I know that she had a birthday the other day, and we love Lisa, but she an accessory to murder, obviously.
She did.
I have Josh on line 3. He works at Lowe's. Hey, Josh, we love everyone who works at Lowe's. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
We're doing well. So do you guys ever have conversations about people who buy things like zip ties and hacksaws and huge industrial strength trash bags?
No, not really. I live in a Midwestern area, so everything's pretty common. The only thing that they take account for and they write down in a book is like Drano and the heavy-duty industrial plumbing chemicals because a lot of people make methamphetamine with it.
Wow. With Drano? Oh, my God. What a...
You demand
I
more
have no
from
desire
your
to do meth.
I don't know. I just, I'm going to go home tonight and I want to come up with a great recipe, including Drano, so I can get really high. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
Not to make fun. All right. So if Straight Nate came in, even though we accuse him of being a murderer, you would not follow him around and make note of all the things he's picking up?
No, not typically.
Now, what do we use to dissolve bodies in bathtubs?
I know that answer. You can't do it in a bathtub. You have to do it in a plastic barrel.
Yeah.
How
do you know that? Now I'm suspicious of Gandhi.
Because I watched Breaking Bad, and they tried in a bathtub, and the guy's remains fell through the floor because the acid burned through the hot tub, and you have to do it in a plastic bin.
The things we learned from Breaking Bad.
But wait
All right,
a minute.
Hold on, Josh. Thank you so much for your call. Have a good day. Okay.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah, Danielle.
In Dead to Me, they were able to do it in the bathtub. I mean, they didn't put a human in there, but they were testing with other things.
They lied to you.
We're talking about Hollywood scripts.
I trust Walter White. I heard that show was very, very accurate.
I love this text. I wonder what this story is. We were building a coffin when a cop pulled up.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Line 24 is Rick. Hey, Rick.
Hello, lady.
Well, hello, lady.
How are
So
ya?
we're doing well. So you have a friend whose mom worked down at the Dollar Tree, and she used to have her own personal notations of things people bought when she got suspicious.
Yes, she did.
What'd she
she
see?
got fired for it.
She got fired.
So, yep. The one that comes to mind, the funniest one, was this guy came in, and as soon as he walked in the door, she was like, he looks suspicious. So she took her pad out, and he bought a tarp, gloves, bleach.
Tarp, gloves, bleach. That's a recipe.
That'll do it. Killer.
Recipe for murder scene recovery.
Right? So should write down, like I said, the name, the date, and the full description of what the person looked like. And the manager saw her doing it and looked under her cash drawer, and she had 3 other notes.
Oh.
And she got
I kinda like
fired?
this little lady.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
They should hire her down at the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, Rick. I love that. Listen, thank you for listening to us. Have a great day.
No problem.
All right. There you have it. You know, or your family knows who's a veteran, make sure you call him up and say thanks today, okay?
I will. I'll call my dad and say thanks.
There you go. You tell him we said hi. Thank you, Rick. Have a good day. All right. There you have it.
That's weird. Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
I'm sorry. Was that funny?
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. Z100.
All right. Let's go. Scary, do you have any music for One Hit Wonders? Sure. Oh. That's the One Hit Wonders music. How well do you know your music? I hope that Straight Nate found someone who's worthy of the game. We go talk to John on line 19. John's calling from Alabama. How you doing in Alabama, John? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
You know what? I feel your energy. You've got passion, and you know your music, don't you?
Yes.
I hope I do.
I know. You know, we watch game shows on TV and we yell at people who get the answers wrong. And then, you know, you're not in their place. When you're doing it, you're on. And so
Right. It's totally different, yeah.
Yeah. All right, John, welcome to the One Hit Wonder game. Let me get, they're on the, here we go. I got the list right now. All right, here's how it works. We're going to play a piece of a big, huge hit. The only hit by that artist. If you give me the name of the song, you get $10. If you give me the name of the artist, you get $10. You can win $20 a song, all right?
All right.
And you're playing against Froggy. Froggy swears he knows all the answers. So let's see what happens. All right, John, here is One Hit Wonder song number 1. Listen closely. One hit for that artist. Title, artist, one or both. What do you have?
That is Jenny, and I do not know the artist, but I know that the song is called Jenny.
It is. You're correct.
Yeah, very
Boom.
nice.
You got $10. Big money.
Can I steal the
It's
artist?
something killer, isn't it? Is it something killers? The something killers.
It's not. Well,
No,
Froggy,
no,
who is it?
Who is it?
Tommy Two-Tone.
That's correct. Big money. I mean, no money. But you get $10. You get $10. All right, one-hit wonder. Tommy Two-Tone. Never heard from Tommy Two-Tone again.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go. Here we go, John. Listen closely. Here's song number 2. All right, title or artist or both, $10 or $20. Go.
That is the Macarena, and that is by Tyga.
Wow.
No.
Not by Tyga.
Okay,
No, it's
that
not.
is Macarena, but it is by Los Del Rio.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to steal it.
No money. But you get $10.
Woo!
Okay. Tyga. Interesting. But you know what? So far, you're doing really well. Let's see what happens here, John. One-hit wonder. Go. All right, John. Title or artist or both?
That is Dexy's Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen.
You got it!
Yes.
$20. You got $20. Big money. That's awesome. Yeah, Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Oh my gosh,
What happened?
that's so crazy because that song was so huge. You would have thought they would have had another big one or something, but
I
no.
know. They didn't.
Damn.
You would
But they'll-
think, because I love that song.
You
Yeah,
would
me
think.
too.
All right, here we go. These are old too, man. You're doing really well. All right, next one-hit wonder song. Go. All right, John. Title or artist or both? Big money. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I've ever heard that song before.
Oh, wow.
I don't recognize that at all.
Okay, it was a pretty big hit for them. Never heard of them again. Froggy. Okay, no money.
Pass the Dutchie by Musical Youth.
Yeah, play it again,
Hey,
Scary.
Froggy.
Pass the Dutchie. Blah, 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 blah. Let it play.
Give me the music, make me jump and prance. Give me the music, make me looking at it.
Maybe it was not a big hit in Alabama. That's okay. That's okay. Here we go. I never liked it anyway. I'm glad you didn't get it. All right, John, let's move on to another. This is another song, a one-hit wonder. Listen closely.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Guy was a jackass.
He really was.
Talk about a one-hit wonder artist who was not a pleasure to work with.
Jackass.
Do you remember that song, John?
Yeah, that's Gangnam Style. That's by Psy.
You got it.
He's not nice. I heard he's very not nice.
Okay, hold on. See, we did concerts with him and we found out he was rude. But you've heard Psy was not a nice guy as well?
I watched The Smoking Gun Presents, and Lonnie Love on there, she met him once and said that he was the biggest jerk she'd ever encountered.
There you go.
Whoa.
John, you are up to date. We love it.
Backstage at our concert, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
I'm like, how could you be a jerk? You have one song.
We're doing
Song.
We're doing why
You haven't
we're
even
doing
earned it yet.
Yeah, I know. We were doing Y100 Jingle Ball in Miami, and he walked in with his crew, and he just owned the place. I'm like, really, honey? Go. We have your dressing room. It's the broom closet right over here. All right, John, let's keep moving. One-hit wonders. One or both, title or artist, you could win big money. Here we go.
You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. And you say he's
All right, John, what do you got?
Is that Just a Friend?
Yeah, it is. And do you know the name of the artist?
And is that Biz Markie?
Yes, it is. Oh, my God. We got to back the truck up to the bank, man. You're
this is
loading it
awesome.
up. You're loading up. John, you're doing really, really well. We're proud of you. All right, keep going. Your next one-hit wonder. Never heard from them again after this song.
Baby got back.
Wow.
Baby got back.
All right. I think you've heard enough. John, a title or artist or both. What do you have?
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby got back.
You got it.
He's on
I'll never
fire.
forget. We were doing this big music/radio convention party. It was in Malibu on the beach. Huge cookout. And that's when that song was huge. So the record company that had Bismarck, or that had Sir Mix-a-Lot, they actually floated this big, huge, inflatable ass off the ocean. You looked way in the distance. You saw this big ass like floating, and it floated up to the beach. There you go.
You know, he also did the when we inaugurated our ship Bliss. He was one of the performing artists that was on Bliss with us. He was actually a nice guy.
Yeah, good. We hear nice guys.
Good,
We have
at
those
least
too.
he's nice.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. All right, we have a couple more for more big money for John. All right, here we go. Next song, One Hit Wonders. Big, huge TV show theme song. Never heard from them again. Title or artist or both. What do you have, John?
That's the Rembrandts. I'll be there for you.
You got a both.
What do you think they made off that one song?
I don't know.
All the
It-
money.
It depends on who wrote it. You know,
Yeah.
I did okay. All right, another one-hit wonder for our friend John. John, listen closely. Who is this? What song is this?
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your
All right, John. What do you have?
That's Meredith Brooks. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover.
Bitch is it. Wow, you're doing really well. The big money is flowing. We're going to have to sell something to pay you off. I got one more for you, John. Let's see if you can get big money. I tell you what, if you get this one, I will double up, Buttercup.
Okay.
$20 for the song title and $20 for the artist. Go.
Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed. Lying naked on the
Never really
floor.
had a hit after that. Sad. She was really nice. Okay, title and artist or either. Which one?
The song is called Torn, and I want to say that it's by Dido, but I don't think that's right.
That is not correct. Froggy for the win.
Natalie Imbruglia.
Yes.
All right. But it doesn't matter. Natalie Imbruglia, you got Torn. Big money. You got it. Good for you. Let me add up this one. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Let me add up your money. 20, 30, 40,
All right.
50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You got $160. Good for you.
Thank you guys so much.
You did it, John. And you know what? Not only that, you're a nice guy. I'm so glad we met you today.
I just want to say I was your guys' first caller of the day on Mardi Gras last year, and it's just a pleasure to talk to you guys again. Gandhi, you weren't in the last time I talked to you guys, and I just wanted to say I love all of you so very, very much. Thank you so much.
Oh, John.
Aw,
you know what?
John, you're so
You're the best.
sweet. John.
Theme music, Scary. You need the new theme for the...
Why can't everybody be nice like John?
There you go. There you go.
Why can't Chumbawamba be like John?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Sigh.
How come Psy can't be more like John? John, it's a pleasure meeting you, and it's a pleasure knowing that you're listening to our show. Hold on one second, okay? 160 on the way. I'll Venmo that money to Scotty B, and then he'll send it to... we'll figure it out.
He was excellent.
He was.
Yeah.
I
He was
am
awesome.
so impressed.
Me too.
Elvis Duran's After Party.
Okay, Danielle,
He's gonna start.
if you're going to up...
Topics you'd never hear on the air.
Oh, God, get away from me. I can't eat that.
Listen now on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It is the... What is it called?
Elvis Duran's After Party.
Ask for it by name.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
We use Venmo for everything, no matter how weird. I bought a portable ironing board because Gandhi said she bought one.
I love it so much. I'm telling you. It's very important.
It's a little ironing board you can take everywhere. Wait, what's the weirdest thing you bought?
I think probably fabric softener, and I bought happy birthday decorations for someone's party.
Not weird enough. With Venmo, you can go as weird as you want or not. You can actually use, ready for this, your Venmo debit card, and then you get cash back.
And it's true. Venmo has a debit card, so you can use it to buy everything.
So we're saying it's not just for sending money. It's for way more.
And earn cash back at some of your favorite places.
And now when you buy all of us breakfast, like you know how much that costs, we can Venmo you back really easily.
And I can pay for it with Venmo. See what I'm saying?
Got it.
You can buy a slice of pizza or that really cool gift for that person you really love. The Venmo debit card. It's stylish, it's smart, it comes in a bunch of great colors. To get it, it's so simple. Visit venmo.me/debit and learn more and sign up today. That's venmo.me/debit.
Venmo cashback terms at venmo.me/rewards. Offers are available for a limited time at select merchants. Max cashback applies and varies. Venmo purchase restrictions apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bank Corp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Card may be used everywhere MasterCard.
Elvis Duran. in the morning show. Z100.
You know what? And sometimes I'm like, maybe I should have gone to one or two of these high school reunions, but I never went. When I was in high school, no one really liked me. I didn't like them. I mean, I was not one of the popular guys or whatever. After high school, for me, I can't speak for you, but after high school for me was when life began. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But Lisa, Froggy's wife, Lisa, you're still good friends with people you went to high school with, correct?
I am.
Right? And
a whole lot of them.
I admire that. And for anyone who still has friends, I have one friend I still talk to from high school. That's it, one. What about you, Danielle?
I don't think I talked to. No. I do. I have one friend that I talked to from high school.
Yeah. And Gandhi, do you have a lot of high school friends you still talk to?
I actually do have a handful of friends from high school I still talk to, but I still wouldn't be down for the reunion thing. That's the handful I want to talk to.
You just want a reunion on your terms with the people you want to hang out with.
Yes.
So Lisa, there was a high school reunion this past weekend, and you just couldn't wait to get over there to go to this reunion, right?
Right. It was wonderful. So yes, I went to this reunion, and it's funny. There was, you have the guy that, the super hot guy that was it in high school and middle school. So I walk in, I'm standing there, and I just walk in, I'm getting ready to walk up to him. This girl steps right in front of me, and she's like, I went to prom with him. And I'm like, I don't give a what that you did. And I was like, okay. And then I walk over to him, and she's eyeing me up and down. And I'm like thinking to myself, because I'm talking to him about stuff, and it was a great conversation. I hadn't seen him in a while. And she's looking me up and down. And I'm like, so I, of course, made the conversation even more, eccentric and fun. And she's just looking me up and down. I'm like, girl, it has been over 30 years since you've been to prom with him. You need to get over it.
Okay, hold on. I know you wanted to say that, but did you say that to her, or did you just kind of move along like, I don't want to start a fight with this woman?
Well, I didn't move along, but I just kind of gave her evil looks, and then I was taking selfies with them just to piss her off even more.
Were you trying to pick up this dude at the reunion?
No.
Dude, I wasn't there, by the way.
Okay, let's talk years now. You said it's been over 30 years since you guys all graduated from high school. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes.
And still, is she dating this guy? Is she married to him? What's her affiliation with this guy now?
I think she's just maybe wanting to date him. I don't think they were dating at all. It's just like she was just moving in like a cougar on her territory. And I'm like, girl, I am not trying anything here. I was so pissed off. I'm like, I'm going to make it even worse for you. And
this is why I don't want to go to any reunions.
Exactly, because there are so many people who are still living in their high school frame of mind. They're still there.
Yeah. What the heck?
Oh my God.
Oh, it was mind-blowing. I just couldn't believe the looks she was giving me. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? I said, I should have really done this outfit up a lot better than that if I'd known this was going to go down.
Oh, my God. So 30 years. So she was cutting you off. How dare you talk to this guy you haven't seen in over 30 years because I went to prom with him. All right.
Ridiculous.
I agree with Gandhi. This is why high school reunions, no thank you.
Right. Yeah, count me out.
So a lot of people say, well, what business did Lisa have talking to this guy at the reunion to begin with? Wouldn't Froggy be mad?
No, you're at a reunion.
You're at a reunion.
I got some Persians.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and pull up my pork sandwich and listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
All right. Were you friends with this guy before last Saturday night?
Yes.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you were friends with him before.
Oh, yeah.
And so, did you take? No, I didn't mean it that way. What I'm saying is, but you were taking pictures with him. You were taking pictures with him just to upset her, correct?
Yeah. Of course.
Are you going to
Which is so high school. Can we be honest? That's the most high school thing ever.
It is. This is the problem with the reunions. You're going into this beehive of a beehive from the past.
Right.
It's like you hopped into the old school time machine.
Yeah.
I feel like if I
Are you
did
going to
this,
see him again, Lisa?
Oh, probably another, get-together reunion prospect. Yeah, but not anytime soon.
Okay.
I just feel like if I did this, like if I went and the tables were completely turned, you'd be mad at me.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not saying you wouldn't.
Okay, well, hold on now, Lisa. Let's be fair. If you knew that, well, first of all, this guy you went to take pictures with, did you have a thing with him in the past?
No.
Okay.
Did you like him, though?
No, everybody did.
He's like he's the hot guy in high school.
We got that that one. We got that guy. I remember that guy.
Is he still hot though? Because that almost never happens.
True.
Oh, he was super hot. Are you kidding me? He was
Wow.
it in middle school and high school.
No, now.
She has one.
Now.
Is he still hot
No,
now?
now.
Yeah, he actually looks pretty good still.
Okay, all right. Okay, so if Froggy was hanging out with, let's say, the popular girl from the cheerleading squad from back in the day, and she's still looking really great, she takes good care of herself, whatever, would you have a couple of questions or maybe an ounce of thought like, okay, what's this about? Not at all?
Maybe a few, not too many.
Yeah, right.
Not too many.
And who cares?
Of course, he would say.
But wait.
Of course, he would say, "I got her contact information. She'd be great on the show," or some BS
No,
like that.
But Lisa, you know what you'd say? You'd say she wouldn't be talking to you if you didn't do what you do for a living. You know
Right.
you'd say that.
Wow, Danielle.
I know her so well. I know her so
All right, so, yeah, Scary, what's your thought here?
My thought is that I feel that certain people who attend high school reunions are the faction of people that have something to prove. Like if you were a misfit then or a nerd and everybody went away and they didn't recognize you as becoming anything more, if you've become something now, though you get those types of people that show up at the reunion as well. In addition to the Beehive people that never left.
Oh my gosh, but let me tell you, if I was like the ugly duckling in high school and now I am like hot, my ass is going to that reunion and I'm like, that's right.
So is it safe to say, and Gandhi and I are the two that have no desire to go to these things at all.
None.
Is it safe to say that each and every one of us, including Gandhi, including me, do still have a little bit of a thing about the politics from high school versus now? I mean, I'll agree. I don't want to go because I just didn't care for them then. So why do I want to do? Which means I'm still holding on to something weird.
I mean,
Gandhi,
I loved high school.
Gandhi, do you hear what I'm saying? Is there like a
I
little
do
thing?
hear what you're saying. I don't know that I think you're holding on to something weird. I feel like it's more of just I have no desire to engage in something that I don't care about anymore.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I don't care about a huge faction of the people. I mean, no offense, but with social media anymore, I keep in touch with the people I want to keep in touch with. I know what's going on. If I want to see those people, I will see those people. The people who I know are up to, whatever they're up to. I'm just not interested
I had
in
lack
it.
of acceptance. And now I want to show them that I am accepted.
Really? So Scary. Are you going to roll up in your Maybach that you rented for the night?
I must have deep-rooted issues from the past. I want to be like, you know what? I can get that girl now.
Really?
Okay.
Can you though? Can you?
I had a great time. I was lucky. I had the best time in high school, and I had I had so much fun, so many friends, so many great teachers. But I still don't talk to them. I got to admit, and I was telling Gandhi off the air, there are a couple of people that I wish I could still keep in touch with that I can't. That I've tried to find and I can't find anymore. So that's one thing. But
so Lisa, why did you go to the high school reunion? What was your reason for going?
Stop it.
Because I was always everybody's friend and the fat girl in high school, and I wanted to go back.
Good for you.
Good for you,
Good
Lisa.
for you. Then I hope it made you feel good.
It did. It
Yeah,
did. It
You
helped.
know what? There was a time where the guy who I really wanted in high school, the hot guy, I'm not even going to say his name, that every girl wanted, I actually met in a bar years later, and he found out what I did, and he started talking to me. And at that point, it was my turn to say, "Oh, it's been so nice talking to you."
Why
and
no?
walk
But keep in
away.
mind, Danielle. But Danielle, see, this is where it's not fair because he may have been a jackwad in high school. He may be a really sweet, interesting guy now.
Oh well, too bad.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we got to go talk to Jeff on line 24. Jeff's run into some people from high school. Hey, Jeff, talk about the people you've run into from high school.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Well, I'm a correction officer. It's just funny running into people that I went to high school with in prison on the other side of the bars.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
there's
a different
always
scenario.
A few of those.
Did you ever?
Typically, the cool kids who were always cutting class or hanging out on the bleachers or whatnot.
Did you
And now,
kind of know
boom,
back
in prison.
then that was going to happen? Like, yeah, I'm going to see them behind bars.
Yeah,
one
we
day.
saw that coming.
Oh, you could tell. You could tell. Yeah, that was definitely something that you could see happening.
Wow.
Right. Well, there you go. So, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, high schools, people spread out and do different things. And my favorite story, Jeff, is like that one guy or sometimes a woman or girl from high school who turned out to like be this crazy crazy felon. I mean, out there robbing banks and pulling off stuff you never would have dreamed they would be doing. But we all change. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for calling. I'm glad you're on the right side of the bars there. That's pretty cool. So, Gandhi, what's up?
So there are, like reunion pages online and stuff. So I popped into my high school's reunion page I'd say I was there for 5 minutes. One person hit me with the, well, Hollywood's here. Left. I'm out. Don't want to be any part of that.
Oh my gosh, that's so rude.
It is rude.
Like, what is this?
Listen, guys,
nice.
we have to move on. But this texter is really very... They're actually doing a great job in describing what I'm feeling. They say, I think there's always unfinished business, positive or negative. I think we all have a bit of trauma that sometimes need healing. And it really isn't only a high school thing. I mean, you can actually talk to anyone who's in therapy, or a therapist, or people who are very knowledgeable when it comes to psychotherapy, this and that. There are so many things that happen to us when we're kids that we just don't really remember, but happen to us that have molded us into the way we think about certain things in life that can be bad for us. And you got to keep in mind, high school is still at that early enough stage where those things are still happening. Maybe you were shunned at high school. Maybe you thought you were the outcast. Maybe whatever, a million and one different things happened to you in high school, or when you were a preteen, or you were a kid. And you're still holding on to these things. And those are the good and bad things that make us who we are today. They are.
Yeah.
The great things that you can look in the mirror and congratulate yourself on. And you're a good person when it comes to this and this. You learned a lot of this way back when without you even knowing you were learning about it.
Yeah.
So I can see how high school and reunions play an important part in that.
Oh, now we gotta go? Good morning. Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. Don't answer the phone, Elvis Duran. The Elvis Duran phone tap.
Oh, here we go. Scary.
Yes.
What's your phone tap about?
Well, Miguel emailed us to phone tap his girlfriend, Maria. Turns out she brings her 3 kids to a community pool and has had run-ins with the city who runs it. So Miguel thinks she's primed and ready for a phone tap. So I'm going to call and pretend like I'm from the city making a complaint.
A complaining person at the community pool.
Yes, I'm going to mess with her a little bit.
Let's see what happens in today's scary phone tap.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, baby, what's up?
Hey, I just got a call from the pool manager. Did you hear from him?
No, what happened? I left something there?
No, they called.
I'm going there right now. What happened?
They've been saying that you've been causing some problems there.
I'm causing problems in the pool?
Yeah, it's something with the kids. The kids they're being difficult.
The people from the pool called you to tell you that my kids are being crazy?
They're just saying they're going wild. They're running around.
So how did they find out about this anyway?
Look, there've been some complaints.
There was people complained? Who was it? It was probably that sweats me all the time, that's always in my business trying to tell me how to raise my kids. She should have called me herself or said something to my face, atrevida. What the is that?
Are you watching them?
Yeah, I watch the kids, but I'm not having to be up their ass all the time. They could go run around and play. Everybody else's kids are doing the same. It's not just my kids.
Whatever. I gotta go. I gotta go get the oil change in the car. I gave them your number because I don't want to deal with this right now. So they're gonna give you a call.
You gave them my phone number? What is wrong with you? Good. Actually, I hope these call me. Good. Whatever. Do what you gotta do. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. So you.
Good. All right. Good. Thank you for selling me out. Bye.
Oh, my God, dude.
Oh, my God, that was great.
All right, Miguel, you sit back. I'm going to give her a call, okay?
All right, great.
Hello?
Maria.
Hi.
This is George from the city of Nashville. How are you?
Not very good, actually, because I just got off the phone with my boyfriend, and he told me, he said you were going to call me because of some people were complaining about my children.
I have 3 complaints from the citizens.
From
who? I'm not going to tell you that.
From some hater that don't like to see anybody having a good time.
Listen,
I pay my taxes.
Getting off on the wrong
I can
foot.
go to the pool if I want to. Excuse me?
We're getting off on the wrong foot here.
I'll get on whatever foot I want to get on. I don't like this. I pay my taxes. I work hard. I take care of my children. If I want to go to the pool, I'll go to the pool. Other people bring their brats there too. Nobody says right?
You change your baby on the lounge chair, and then you leave the dirty diaper crumpled up for the pool staff to clean up. It's not why they were hired.
So what? How is this your business? I pay for that pool.
Yeah, you pay.
I pay your salary. How about that? You work for the city, right?
Yes.
You work for me. You should clean up after me when I leave. I don't work there. You work there.
Then the kid's going in the pool in Pampers. That is not acceptable pool attire.
It's fine. Everybody does that.
No.
Everybody has the little swimming diapers. That's fine.
Yeah, but you just plopped a kid in its Pampers into the pool.
Everybody does that. You want me to put them naked in the pool?
No, but then they plop in their Pampers after you plop them in the pool, and then you change.
Bad. Don't get in the pool with me then.
It's unsanitary.
I don't think so. What the You don't have anything better to do than to with me today? What the do you do all day? What do you do all day?
You know what I do all day?
Nothing.
I sit in the air conditioning, I eat cookies. That's what I do, okay?
I hope you choke on a poisoned cookie.
You want to share your crappy diapers, but your kids don't want to share the water noodles with the other kids. They're stealing the water noodles.
Nobody's stealing. My kids don't steal. If they want to play with something in the pool, they can play with whatever the they want to play
They're hogging
with.
up all the water noodles.
Oh, no. They're playing with the toys. Oh, no. They're kids. What the do you think they're going to do?
And you're sneaking guests in.
You shut the up. You're out of your mind.
You wear the wristbands, and then you cut them from the inside flap. Then someone walks it out to the next person, and you sneak 8 guests in by the end of the afternoon.
And you know that how? Prove it. Prove it.
Because there's a whole...
Prove it.
Because there's a mob of you. It's like the stroller mafia over there.
Prove it.
What do you multiply when you throw them in water? You have like 10 people by the end of the day.
You can't talk to people like this. I'm going to have your job. Watch.
All right. I'm writing you up. As a matter of
You're gonna
fact...
write me up? What's your name?
Don't be trying to show up today because you ain't coming in.
I'm going to find you, and I'm going to smack the taste out of your mouth. Who the are you? For real. What's your last name?
Duran.
I'm writing this down.
Duran.
Duran. Duh. Of course you have Dur in your name, you dumb bitch. Duran.
Duran. Yeah. Okay. First name Elvis.
Duran. George Elvis Duran? I swear to God.
Maria.
Elvis Duran?
No, it's not Elvis Duran. It's Scary Jones. But I work for Elvis Duran and the morning show, and you got phone tapped.
Oh, my God. I hate you so much.
Miguel's on the phone.
I'm sending you my medical bill.
What's
Thank
up,
you.
baby?
Oh, yeah.
Happy anniversary,
What's
honey.
wrong with you people?
You are a role model parent. Let me tell you, I think our listeners all want to meet
Why
you.
do you do this to people? This ain't right.
The Elvis Duran phone tap.
This phone tap was pre-recorded with permission granted by all participants.
The Elvis Duran phone tap. Only on Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Hey, where's producer Sam?
I think she's in her little studio.
We have a little bit of a debate, and I think we could kind of maybe pop the top on that. If producer Sam could, but let me go find her. Hold on.
she's coming in.
Where's the Sam?
She's
button?
running. She's running. There she
She's
goes.
running.
Yeah.
This is almost the same. Well, we've had this debate on our show before, but now it's like a different type of debate. So, so you and your mom went to the grocery store?
We went to a store to buy pots and pans.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's right. You went pots and pan shopping. Okay. So
Pots and pan store. And my mom gifted me a beautiful set. It was actually pretty expensive. And when we got to the car and she was going through the receipt, she saw they did not ring up the pots and pans at all.
How many pieces in this set?
It was an 11-piece set.
And actual retail price?
About $300.
Okay, so you got to the car and looked at the receipt and realized that the person did not ring up the $300 pan and pot set.
Mhm.
What?
Pots and pans.
Yeah, pots and
Pumpkin.
pans. Yeah. And the thing is while you guys were at the cash register, whoever was ringing you up said something about how life just isn't great right now.
Well, we had a very nervous cashier, and she clearly, objectively, was just not good at her job. Like, we had a lot of problems. And she
Right.
was vocalizing to us, oh, sorry, Lori, I'm not really, you know.
Okay, so she was
a nervous, bad employee.
Right, okay. So they get out to the car, they look at their receipt, and they realize that this $300 pots and pan set is not even on the receipt. They didn't pay a penny for it.
Yeah,
All right. So the question is, do you run inside, have them scan it, and then you pay for it? Or do you put the car into drive and drive away? So your idea was to do what?
I panicked. I wanted to go in and pay for it immediately. And then my mom said that we might be getting this girl in trouble because she didn't ring us up and we were probably going to have to go to customer service, not her. No, you
Okay, the name of the store is not Bed Bath and Be Gone.
Right.
I don't know what the name of the place was, but okay. So we have several opinions going on around here. I can't believe that because
and as you will feel about your opinion is the only way you should respond.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go talk to Chaz, who's very adamant about how he's feeling. Hi, Chaz. Thanks for listening, by the way.
Hi, good morning. I love your show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Now, so what's on your mind as far as, well, I'm not going to give my opinion, but as far as Sam and her mom stealing the pots and pan set. Go right ahead. I don't want to weigh it either way. Go ahead.
In my opinion, it is totally stealing because whenever you go shopping, whether it's groceries, clothes, whatever, you kind of have a running total in your mind how much you should spend. So there's a difference between like maybe a 30-cent gap and a $300 gap in what you should have had to pay. So at that time, it really becomes stealing because you kind of knew what you should have spent.
Oh, wait, hold on. Now Chaz is saying we knew we walked out with the improper price, and that's just not true.
No,
So that's different.
But you didn't drive away. You were in the parking lot, and you knew.
Right.
You
But it's not
knew-
like we rung up and were like, quick, go, go, go.
I have questions.
Well, you're about to quick drive.
But we did not realize
But
the
if you-
price gap when we were being rung up, for sure.
But if you're at the register and she says, well, your total is $1,100 and it should have been like $1,400, well, a light bulb should have went off.
It didn't register at that
Yeah, I got to
point,
be
Chaz.
honest.
Sorry.
My light bulb would not have registered either, Chaz. But because I don't pay attention to life. Well, what's your name?
Gandhi. This is me. I was thinking the same thing as Chaz. What other stuff did you buy? What was the total when you walked out?
I don't know what the total was, but Mom went shopping for her house as well.
So Chaz has officially posted his opinion. You would have been stealing had you not gone back.
Right.
All right. By the way, we still don't know what you did. Don't tell me yet. All right. Thank you, Chaz. Thanks for listening to us.
Thanks.
Thank you. Let me go talk to Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. So you used to work at PetSmart, or you used to, right?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
And this actually happened to a friend of yours who was at the cash register. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so I was working at the cash register next to him, and he was ringing up someone who bought like a lot of pet food, whatever, and there was a case of dog food underneath the cart that he didn't see. It was like 12 cans of like the yellow Purina stuff. And the customer walked out and almost immediately came back in, and like the manager was right there and told him, oh, he forgot to ring up the cans. So it was like a big deal. Like they rung up the cans, he paid for it, no problem. But then my friend got written up over it.
See, that's stupid.
That's so silly.
Look, like I know, I'm sure they tell you, Charlotte, hey, make sure you take a look down at the bottom rack of the basket, right?
Yeah, they absolutely do. But I mean, it was less than $12. I mean,
I know, but to get written up, I mean, I actually went to a grocery store once, and they actually had a camera down there, like Wendy Williams' shoe cam. All right, so you're saying that when you do go back and do the honest thing, sometimes that employee can get written up.
yeah, and I mean, if that cashier already felt like she was on shaky ground, I mean, my friend wasn't well liked where we worked, and I think that was part of the reason he probably got reprimanded the way that he did.
Wow.
So I mean, if the cashier's already telling me that they don't feel well about the situation, I wouldn't throw them under the bus.
Wow, I don't know.
But wait, I don't see why you can't just go in and repurchase it. Like, just say to the cashier, hey, I forgot to buy this. I want to purchase, and just purchase
Well,
it.
if a manager's watching, they see it happening. I don't know. I hate to hear that. Hello, Anna. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, so your opinion is this.
That's yours.
Yeah, what do you think?
Mm-mm.
What?
That's hers. They gave it to her. Especially if it was a department store, she didn't pay for that. They rack up the prices so high all the time.
Oh, no.
That, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. You're Oh, Anna, I love you.
Chaz needs to leave her alone.
No, wait, hold on. Anna, I love that you listen to us, and I do appreciate it, but you are just so awful.
Yeah, that's terrible. Does no one believe in karma?
Now, Anna.
I mean, if you're going to...
No. Oh, I believe in karma 100%.
Okay. You
I
don't.
believe you treat people good and everything else. But that poor girl's going to lose her job.
No, she's
no.
And I had pots and pans coming to me.
Hey, so you believe that it is karma, but it's bad. But the store has bad karma because they charge you so much money, so it's good for people to take free stuff every once in a while.
Well, she didn't actually take it out of the store. She didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah, they had it in the car.
I was looking out for her.
Oh my God, Anna! Oh, you're frightening me. I love you. I love you. But thanks for listening. And I don't know.
I love you, Anna.
Normally, I would agree with Anna.
Okay, so Danielle, how do you feel about this? Because you're sort of famous on this show for stealing things.
Yes. So normally I would agree with Anna, but to me it's a very high priced item. So if it's $50, under, I would have said, yeah, you know what?
Oh, wait. Danielle's got a cutoff for stealing.
It's a gift.
Really?
Yeah,
It's still stealing.
No, it's not stealing.
Yes, it is.
But it's not stealing because I didn't deliberately walk out of the store with it.
But you know it leaving the parking lot.
Danielle, if you're in the parking lot and you see that you have a $300 box of pots and pans you didn't pay for, or a $49 pan, let's say, you're not going to go in and pay for it. You're in the parking lot. You haven't driven away.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what sucks? This woman is in a bad place no matter what. Because she would have, going back in, I think, would have saved the woman's job. Because if you think about it, that register is going to come up $300 short.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's
not how it works.
No. According to that register, those pots and pans never walk past that threshold.
Some camera somewhere is going to pick that up, and that woman's going to get in trouble.
Maybe not.
I don't know. The manager could be in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what's up, Gandhi?
This exact same thing happened with my mom and I, over $16, and we got out of the car and walked back in and paid the $16.
Good.
Yeah, my mom
Good
was
for
like,
you.
"Nope, this isn't happening. Let's go." I'm like,
you're
all right,
such a good person.
She is.
Oh, Danielle.
I think a lower price would have been easier. Bad karma is coming your way, guys.
What'd you say?
I think a lower price would have been easier because my mom wouldn't have had as much fear for that girl's job. I think something about the price point equally freaked my mom out.
I'm not buying the fear for the job.
No, you don't have to. My mom's a great person.
It
It's true.
takes such little effort to walk back in and pay for it. All right. Well, now we don't know what they did. So you and your mom went shopping, got out to the car and realized, while looking at the receipt, there was a $300 pots and pan set missing off the receipt. Your mother said we shouldn't take it in, it'll get her fired. You said we should take it in. What did you do?
She made me go into the store, get the employee, bring her to the car, and have her bring us to a secret register so she wouldn't get in trouble and ring up the pan.
Way over and beyond.
It was extra. Michelle is extra.
But that was nice.
That's good, though.
Okay, there you go. All right, so we all agree you did the right thing.
Yes,
You helped to preserve her job. At the same time, you paid.
Yes, and mom felt like 007.
Because that's an expensive thing.
That's so funny. We found a secret register.
I know. Where was it? It was just the customer service one no one was using.
Okay. Come over here. All right, so you're all good.
We're good. And I'm not cooking on cursed potware. That was my thing.
Right, exactly.
I'm like, I'm going to get
That
food
would be what I would worry
poisoning.
about.
Yep. I'm going to get food poisoning from the universe.
Yeah, every dish you would have made in those pots and pans would have been cursed.
Exactly.
House fire or something.
It's like, oh my God, my bechamel sauce is curdling. All right, well, thank you. Thank you, and thank your mom for doing the right thing.
Thanks for the pots, Mom.
All right, there you go.
And I'm glad that Danielle's got a cutoff of $49.99.
Whatever, Froggy. I don't believe for 1 minute you would return everything.
Oh, absolutely. I would be worried about karma. I would think that it was going to burn my house down because of those
I
pots
tell you,
were cursed.
we were at the Home Depot. And we bought we couldn't get this. I think I told this story once. We couldn't get this screwdriver set to scan. And finally, Alex said, "Okay, there it goes." So got it, paid for it. We got out to the car. It was on the self checkout.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on the thing. I said, "We got to go back in and pay it." And he said, "Nah, we'll come back later."
Oh. Did you come back?
No. And still
Later hasn't happened yet.
Still to this day, it bothers me.
That is so stupid. Elvis Duran and the Morning Show. This is Elvis Duran and the Morning Show. Z100.
All right. It's going to get kind of complicated here. So let's see how we do. First of all, thank you so much for listening today. We appreciate you being here, and we love putting on a show. We love hanging out with each other. Obviously, you can tell by listening that we really do genuinely love each other. But when you do a show with each other, and some of us have been together for over 25 years doing it, you're gonna have a pothole here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we hit a pothole here at the studios yesterday. I will tell you, let me just lay it out. We are owned and operated by iHeartRadio. Great company. They take very good care of us. They give us every tool we need in order to get the job done. But I also contribute to some of the things we need, the resources we need to keep the show moving too. We have another company called Elvis Duran Group.
Right.
Who's in the group? There's like two of us.
Yeah.
But anyway, to keep the show running, sometimes, we as a company have to bring in resources and things for us to use, and then iHeart brings in stuff. Okay, with that understood, that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So people understand where the busted Macintosh computer came in. It's an Apple. Let's move in there. So we have a beautiful, how many inches is this screen? It's a gorgeous Mac.
27.
It's a 27-inch Mac sitting out there at Diamond's desk where she's right outside the main studio, okay? Gandhi, you have a bird's eye view. Describe the scene.
Okay, so we have a bank of computers basically out there, and our phone screener, our lovely Diamond, sits there, and these computers are lined up in a row. Next to one another.
Now, there's one computer right in front of Diamond, and what does it say? Andrew, you're the one that printed the sticker. What does it say on that monitor?
What does the sticker say on
It says property of Elvis Duran Group in big letters.
Elvis Duran Group paid for that.
Okay, so the company paid for that. My company, not iHeart. All right, so that's basically my property. Okay, we'll move on. It's a company that okay. So who wants to tell this story about what happened to the 27-inch Mac?
I do.
Do you need a price on this
Scotty's
Mac
too
or
close
no?
to it.
Yeah. Froggy, you're of everything Mac and everything Apple. What is the replacement value of this piece of equipment?
To purchase this Mac again right now would cost $2,400. So $2,399. It is a 27-inch Mac with the Retina 5K display and the nano texture glass.
Yeah, but that's an older one.
Gigabyte.
It's an older one. That's
No.
But you can't go back and get get the older one. You have to get replgoing value of what you would purchase today.
Right.
Yeah. No one speak out of turn, please, because it's going to be a free for all. Believe me, before this is all over, we're going to be throwing crap at each other. Computers. All right, so to replace this unit that obviously has been damaged, it would be let's call it $2,500, including shipping and everything. Right? Okay?
Correct.
Let's make it $2,500, and that's still very conservative. All right, where do we start? What happened yesterday that made this poor piece of equipment end up on the floor and smashed to smithereens?
Gandhi, if you want to tell it, you can, but can I just preface the story by saying I scare very easily.
No. Scotty, you're out of turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Gandhi. Tell him what happened in your Gandhi way.
Okay, so there is need to go a little bit, what Scotty just said. He is very, very easily frightened. So because of that, everybody scares him all the time. Diamond definitely does it the most. She enjoys it. So in the morning, she walked in, scared the crap out of Scotty. He had a little heart attack. Then I made fun of him for how easily he frightens, and I scared him again later in the day. Then, so that's twice now Scotty's been scared. So clearly he's on edge. He's feeling some kind of way about things. Then a plot was hatched to put Diamond into a box, have Sam record it as Scotty walks by. Then Nate would ask him to check something. Scotty would look in the box. Diamond would jump out, give him a heart attack. It was executed basically in that way. However, Scotty was standing very close to one of the computers and then smacked it when he got afraid. If you watch any other video of Scotty, he always freaks out and then his hand comes flying forward with something every time, right? So
he flails.
He does flail. I don't think he can help it. He's a flailer. It happens. So he flailed a little bit. His hand hits this computer. The computer falls to the ground and breaks.
And you can see that Exhibit B. Exhibit A is the smashed computer itself. Exhibit B is the video. So the accessories here are Nate, Diamond, Sam, and Scotty. Who else was involved with this?
I think that was it.
Well, I witnessed it.
Well, yeah,
Nate,
we witnessed it.
This is the first I've heard about Nate being a part of this.
I know.
How is Nate part of it?
All I was asked to do was to find a way to get Scotty over there. Whether or not he went over there, that was totally up to him.
But you knew what they were doing.
I knew that he. Yeah,
done. You're an accessory. And producer Sam, shame on you for being a part of this diabolical scheme.
I know. I will admit it was my brainchild. I was just trying to give Diamond a good time. I just wanted to see my kids happy.
Danielle, aren't you glad? And Froggy, aren't you glad we're not there to be blamed for this?
I'm glad I wasn't part of this one.
All right.
Because I probably would have joined in had I been there.
So as far as replacing the equipment, Froggy, thanks for coming to the stand. And it'll be about $2,500 to replace this. Okay?
Yes. Correct.
Scotty, I think we're going to go right to you. You were the one scared. You were the one that flailed your arms. You're the one that knocked my equipment off the desk and sent it down like 100 floors to the street below. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I was lured out of the studio by Nate asking about tablecloths. And we just so happened to have pizza up here yesterday. So I was like, oh, okay. I walked into the back. I saw the 3 tablecloths. I was like, okay, man, there's 3. And then as I walked back out, I saw Sam standing behind the wall giggling. And I'm like, you're an idiot. And I just kept walking. And then all of a sudden, Diamond pops out of this box, scares the living hell out of me, and I scream and flail like I normally do. And, shame on me for being scared 3 times in one morning, but I wasn't expecting it again. And unfortunately, my arms flailed, and I hit the computer, and I saw it in slow motion falling off the desk, and I couldn't grab it. And I just say, I'm so sorry, but this never would have happened without those 3 idiots doing it to me.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to your statement? Because this is the end of your statement.
That's all I have. I'm truly sorry for damaging your equipment.
All right. Don't throw sharp objects. We learn lessons. Don't flail. Don't scare Scotty. He'll flail and break something. Scary. Right. I do believe this is a court of law, and I don't hear any. There you go. Here we go. We're calling this the case of the. What do we want to call this? The case of the
Scare and flail.
Scary flailing computer fall. Yeah, we'll come up with a better name. All right. Let me enter this into the record one more time. I'm sorry. Okay. If we're going to buy a new computer, can we get rid of this typewriter? And also this bongo. Who's playing the bongos?
I think Doug Llewellyn.
We need new equipment here. We're about to get it. All right, let's move on to Scary. Scary, do you have anything to add to this from your perspective? Because you watched it go down.
I witnessed this entire thing from beginning to end. And I will say, this plan was thought of and hatched by Sam, who was standing there with her video waiting because there is this thirst to get social media content and add to your Instagram story by everybody here, including myself. But
so Sam is under the bus.
First of all, Scary. Wait,
no. Sam. No, we'll come to you in a moment.
Okay. Oh, wait, so Sam was the mastermind? Is that what we're learning?
Hold on. Scary needs to finish.
Sam was the mastermind.
Yeah, write that down, Danielle.
Sam, mastermind.
Wait, hold on. Scotty was the innocent victim. Scotty was the innocent victim here, because they know how he gets.
Scary told Sam to wait her turn.
We've got dozens of video of Scotty being scared by Diamond.
Oh, okay.
So that's like almost an old bit.
But I've already made my
judgment. Like the Jack in the Box comes out of the box, which is Diamond, to scare Scotty, was all just a plot by Sam to get content for her Insta story.
We'll find out when we get to her. Thank you, Scary. Let's move to Diamond. There's a key missing. There's no A on my typewriter.
You gotta get rid of this crappy typewriter.
Hey,
yeah, this sucks.
Let's go to Diamond. Diamond, who Scary is now naming the Jack in the Box. Diamond, from your perspective, what did you see, and what do you think needs to happen here?
Well, first, Your Honor, I'd like to say you look amazing today.
Thank you.
You as well. Ass kissing now.
Ass kisser. ASSKISSE.
There's no A.
Okay.
Well, what I will say is, I was told to get in the box.
By who?
Okay, Samantha. Now, what happened when I got in the box is up in the air for me because I don't know. Nate and Sam both.
So you had no idea.
Close the top of the box.
You had no idea.
Objection, Your Honor.
Wait, you had no idea why you were getting into a box.
No, I knew why I was getting in the box.
Okay,
I knew
you
what I
were
was
going
doing. But I want to make this very clear. If this was my plan on my own, it would have been done very differently.
Okay, that doesn't matter. We just have to talk about what did happen.
There's a lot of turncoating going on here.
Okay. All right, so I'm in the box. I don't know what's going on. I can't see him. For all I know, he's right next to me. Because I could see Nate from the box, and he gave me the wink.
What are you talking about?
You're next. You're coming up.
Wow! Perjury! Perjury!
Hold on. You're coming up, Nate. You'll have your
straight up perjury.
So, Diamond, are you saying that you should not be blamed at all for what happened?
No. Listen, I know what I did. I scare people all the time. I know that there are consequences. I'm willing to,
Diamond is the only one. Who's stepping up and taking responsibility, and that will be taken into account. Let's move on.
At your mercy. At your mercy, Your Honor.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but Nate is really, really turning out to be a prime suspect here.
There's been so much lying here.
Okay.
Guys are all turncoats. Perjury.
I will have... let me type this into the record. Shut up.
Wow.
All right, let's go to Sam. Sam, you have been thrown under the bus by everyone here, saying that you have a thirst for posting and getting response to your videos online, and that was the reason all this happened.
I have, and thank you so much, Diamond, for not coming to my aid, because I was using Diamond's phone because this was for her. This wasn't for my social. She just needed someone to direct.
Hey, Sam, whose idea was this?
This was my idea. It was a gift to Diamond.
Okay, wait, you said...
It was a gift.
Okay,
It was a gift to Diamond.
Okay, question, producer Sam.
Yes.
You said, okay, I've got an idea.
Yes.
I know Scotty's easily scared. Diamond, let's get you in a box. I will record from across the room. Scotty will come in. You will jump out and scare him. And you came up with the entire idea.
Correct. Yes, I did.
Okay.
So there was a reason that we involved Nate. It was because it was his job to get Scotty in the right position. Scotty was not where he was supposed to be. Nate was supposed to get Scotty on the other side of the computers next to the box out of harm's
It's
way.
all a part of your devious plan,
Sounds like
Sam.
Sam's pulling all the strings.
It is. Scary, you've had your turn, sir. Ba, 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 ba.
The mastermind, Sam.
Sam, mastermind. But I see,
Bop, scary.
here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you say it was all your idea, but I'm not hearing you taking responsibility for the damage.
No, but I am willing to split the damage with Nate because Diamond was in the box.
Oh no!
By the way, it doesn't matter what you're willing to. I will determine who pays for what.
It's true. You are the judge, but I am just saying that no, I don't fault Diamond, and no, I don't fault our weird Pinocchio puppet moving Scotty B who can't control his limbs.
Okay. Nate, who are you talking to on the phone? You know you're in a court of law here.
I realize I'm getting my attorney.
And by the way, Diamond, they told you to get in the box. If they told you to jump off the Empire State Building, would you do it?
This is why I'm willing to take responsibility for my portion.
No. I appreciate that. I will determine who is responsible. Okay, Nate, your lights are blinking. People are calling.
Yeah. I refer you to Jessica, my attorney. She's on 24.
Jessica, you have an attorney? Okay. Yeah. Hello, Jessica, the attorney. Jessica believes that you are using all your legal terms in the wrong sense.
Doesn't matter. She can use the correct terms.
I have been requested to act as his representing attorney, which means at this point I'm going to retract that statement.
Thank you.
He's saying things.
So now that he's paying you money, then you're not calling him a dumbass anymore. All right, go right ahead.
Okay. I would like to explain that perjury is when someone is lying under oath. So if they're perjuring themselves,
which I used correctly in terms of Diamond lying on the stand.
Okay, so I don't know what sort of law that you is your foundation for your practice,
criminal defense.
Oh, then you're in the right house because there's a bunch of criminals running around this place. So I mean, look, someone's at fault here. Someone needs to be held accountable. It sounds like a lot of people are a part of the shenanigans. But as our outside attorney that Nate's paying anyway, might as well ask you, what would you say is the outcome, or what should the outcome be?
So I will say that fault can be apportioned by percentages. So the court of law may have to establish, the Elvis Duran court of law, who is the most responsible, and then who's paying what percentage of this $2,500 to the Elvis Duran Corp or group back.
Yes.
See, that's what I should be a lawyer. I'm thinking the same thing. I think that there's a lot of people responsible, and certain people should pay more of a percentage than the others.
But Scotty's not one of them. He was
I agree. Scotty,
I object.
Scotty is innocent.
Okay, all right. You're all out of order. By the way, I know that Jessica Gandhi, who is very, very smart, she's been making a list of culpability that we need to... let's go ahead and check in with the list of culpability.
So the way I see this playing out...
Wait, I haven't defended myself yet.
Shut up. Go ahead, Gandhi.
Wait, Jessica, come on, what are you guys doing?
Oh, my God.
We don't want to tick off the judge, so don't speak out of turn.
I'm having a sidebar with Gandhi.
Oh, God.
If we're at the bar, would you like a cocktail? What can I serve you?
Yes. Can I get a whiskey on the rocks? Thank you.
You know what, Jessica? I never passed a bar.
In your life.
Gandhi, the list of culpability as you see it.
Okay,
please.
as I see it, first and foremost, to blame Apple for making crappy products. After that, it's Sam's fault. Then
I'm
Nate's
object
fault.
to that one.
Yes,
then it's Nate's fault after Sam.
I
After
agree with
Nate, it's
Jessica.
Diamond. After Diamond, it's Scotty. Scotty's least to blame.
No, Scotty has no fault. He was in his studio doing his job, and he was pulled out of there.
Okay, but
wait, can I say something? Or
Yes.
So if Sam is the mastermind, she should do 50% of the money, and then Nate 25 and Diamond 25, because they're also part of it. And who gets in a box when someone tells you to get in a box?
Oh, whoa.
Wait.
All right.
Jessica, what am I paying you for?
Jessica,
Mistrial.
Jessica, we're now going to put your client on the stand. Okay, the defendant Nate is now. Jessica, is there anything do you want to send these hearings a certain way? Do you have questions for him? Should we just let him talk?
I do. I can ask questions of my client. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
If you'd like. Nate, who devised the entire plan?
Sam and Diamond.
Okay, so had it not been for Sam and Diamond, would the computer be broken at this moment?
No, it would still be intact, sitting on the desk.
Okay, so therefore, you have no culpability or no liability as it relates to the event occurring and getting planned.
That is correct.
By the way, I must say to counsel, you are defending a known murderer.
Yeah, she did this trial for the publicity. We all know that.
Anyway, back to you, counselor.
My client rests his case as to the percentage of culpability. Had it not been for the chain of events, he would not have been involved.
All right.
Great.
Well, thank you, Jessica. I don't know what we've accomplished here.
My innocence.
It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have someone with actually has a brain on the show. Yes, Froggy.
When we're done with this trial, I'd like to charge Gandhi with slander on Apple products. We can do that secondly.
Please, that crap-ass computer barely hit the ground and it shattered.
Well, no, they're not supposed to hit the ground. I think we all pretty much know you're not supposed to throw your computer on the friggin' ground.
You're not.
And Jessica, if you want, you actually said something when she was slandering the Apple Corporation. What was your thought there?
I had objected because I truly disagree. My Apple runs my law firm.
Yeah, there you go.
Until someone knocks it over.
Until someone jumps out of a box at your law firm. All right, thank you, Jessica. Thank you for listening. Thanks for your point of view. I do appreciate it. One more point from Diamond. Yes, Diamond.
We are not dealing with a completely innocent victim in Scotty B.
Scotty.
Okay?
Okay.
The video clearly shows that he grabbed the computer. Also, Scotty is over dramatic.
No.
Yes. Yes.
You knew that.
I just want the jury to remember that when
Diamond,
you are.
But you knew that from scaring him over and over again.
But we know how.
You would not have put your grown-ass woman body in a box and jumped out unless you knew he was an overreacting.
Right.
Whatever.
One more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Like I said, if it was me, he would have been closer to me. He wouldn't have been on the other side. I didn't tell him where to stand.
That was Nate's job.
I didn't tell him where to stand.
That was Nate's job.
Yes, it was.
There
Nate's
are three very important Latin words in law. They are woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Listen to me. If I hit you with a hammer, you don't blame the hammer, right?
Okay,
Scotty
thank
was
you,
just a tool
Scary.
in this case.
Scary.
I am a tool.
Scotty's always the
this
tool.
room is filled with tools. All right. Okay. It's now time. We got to hurry. We've been going on and on and on. Let me. Good God, man, I'm sweating. I know. There's another case ready to come into the courtroom. They need it.
It's Apple against Gandhi. They're waiting.
Well, here's the issue. I'm going to go ahead and start doling out my thoughts. First of all, I do see Scotty as having no responsibility whatsoever.
Yes.
Go, Scotty.
Agree.
He does flail his arms. He is overdramatic. And that's the whole reason you guys pulled this prank, because you knew he would flail. You knew he would be overdramatic.
And he was lured to the scene of the crime. He was not there on his own will.
He was the tool.
Nate, you were partially responsible for luring him in and then giving Diamond the wink when it was time to jump out of the box.
By the way, we never got to that fact. There was no wink, nothing whatsoever.
How did she
Diamond,
know when to
was
jump out of the box?
perjury.
I didn't see a wink from a box
I honestly
anyway.
don't know how she knew how to spring out of the box because when she did, I was like, well, why didn't she wait until she was closer?
Gandhi, do you think there is actual line of sight between that box and Nate? Do you think he really could have winked at her and told her to jump out? You were there. You saw it happen.
I saw the whole thing happen.
Then how responsible is Nate?
Now, Nate's back was turned to me, so I cannot tell if he winked or not, and I love Diamond and would love to be able to say he did. I think the logistics of it make it impossible for her to have seen a wink from Nate.
Okay. All right, Diamond, I don't know. Gandhi's turning against you, even though you actually slept under the stars with each other in the middle of Yellowstone National Park.
But I still
Bears
blame
tried
Nate
to eat
because
you.
he's a boss.
No, not really. All right. And then there's Sam. Sam, who I just get the feeling all fingers point to Sam as far as being the mastermind behind putting this together and choreographing this heinous deed.
Heinous. Yeah, you know.
Heinous.
My idea, I hired a poor team of executors.
Oh, she's still blaming everyone else.
That's my fault.
Okay, well.
Oh my God.
All right. So in other words, you are now admitting in front of everyone that you are the mastermind
I
behind this.
admitted before court started. Yes, this was my idea.
Oh my God, we just wasted 45 minutes of our lives.
I don't know why you guys didn't hear that.
So who has to pay for what, Elvis?
Yeah, what's your percentage?
What's going on here?
What's the
Of
percentage?
culpability.
Here's what's going to happen. I will hold this over your heads from now on.
No.
The computer we bought how long ago? How old is this computer, Andrew?
2014. Oh, it's old.
It still works like a beaut.
It was.
It's still
It did work like a beaut.
It did. It still does. It's just cracked on the screen, right? I don't. But there could be damage going on underneath we don't know about.
Right.
Here's what we're going to do. I am going to replace the computer if needed. We may not even need that because now a lot of people are working at home and don't need it. So I have to decide whether or not we're just going to hobble along with just one less computer or get another one. I will take care of the damages. My company will take care of the damages.
Oh.
But I'm doing so. In doing so, I will always hold it over your heads.
No. Elvis, what's
If
your
I
Venmo, Elvis? I can't deal with this. What's your Venmo?
If I were you, I would be Venmoing me as much money as you can. No. I have not decided if we're going to replace the computer. I don't think we need it. But the thing is, it's damaged. I paid for it, and I feel like I should be compensated.
Yeah. And you could get them to do lots of things for you now, like, I really need coffee, Sam. Remember that time you broke my computer?
Siri says it's Elvis's fault.
It's not my fault. How's it my fault?
Siri says if you were in the studio that it wouldn't have happened, and therefore it falls back on you. I'm like, no, you can't blame Elvis.
That's stupid.
Good try, Siri.
Yeah, thank you.
Stay out of the law.
I should throw you in jail for just being so idiotic. I should get you off the streets because you're a danger to the people on the streets with that sort of. Seriously. Anyway, I love you all. You're my family, but I do want you to understand that when accidents happen, someone should be held responsible. And once again, I'm playing the nice guy, and I'm letting you get away with murder.
You really are.
Computer
Once
murder.
again, because it's these things in our history you'll always remember, and you'll always remember Elvis is a good guy. So really, I basically turned the smashed computer, the Mac smithereens, into an all about me scenario.
Was that your plan the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
I just took up 30 minutes of people's time just so everyone could know I'm a great guy.
Who chooses to get up at this time?
I know.
Early morning.
Full blast. Elvis Duran. This is Elvis Duran and the Morning Show. Z100.
We got to talk to Samantha. Samantha, the intern. I need odd music, scary stuff that signifies we're talking about something odd, something kind of great. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, intern Samantha?
I'm good today.
How long have you known your father?
22 years now.
22 years now. Now, and you grew up in the same house as your father?
Same house, really close with him.
And you love your dad, right?
I love my dad a lot.
All right. You recently discovered two things about your father.
Yes.
And you're just blown away.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
And I can't, see, the thing is, once you hear these, you'll go, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't know this. Okay, number one, what's the first thing?
My dad is a stoner. I didn't know.
And how'd you find out?
My cousin told me. She was telling me that like this one time that they were like hanging out and he started saying something really weird about like painting the house, and that's when she discovered it. And then
hold on. So he's been smoking pot ever since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Did you confront him on it? Did you ask him?
No. Well, yeah. Recently, I did because I was like, why have you never told me? How have I never known? I knew he smoked cigarettes, but I'd never noticed joints or anything.
Okay, I can see how you could keep that a secret.
Yeah.
Okay, but tell everyone. Okay, mind blown time.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell everyone what else you just found out about your dad, who you've known for 22 years.
He's bald, and his hair is fake.
Wait, he wears a toupee around you all the time?
I've never seen him without it.
Did you talk to him? Did you talk to him about it?
No, I can't. My mom was like, do not talk to him. He's very sensitive about it.
Oh my God.
That's why I've never seen him without it.
Yeah, don't you go swimming with him ever?
He wears it.
Like
he
a
wears it
water
in the
slide?
shower. I've never seen him without it. Like,
so it's not a weave. I mean, it's a toupee. It comes off.
It comes off. Wow. Apparently.
Okay, so how did you find out about this?
My brother's going bald, so I was asking my mom, like, where does that come from? Like, everyone has a full head of hair.
Right.
And then my mom was like, everyone just assumed I knew. So my mom was like, what are you talking about? Your dad? And I was like, what about him? And she was just like, he has a toupee. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
In the middle of the night, I want you to go in there and like lift it up a little bit. And just see.
No. He's obviously very sensitive about it. But I don't know. Do you see why I find it a little odd that you've known him as your father and you've been close to him for 22 years and you never knew his hair isn't his?
He
bought it. He bought it. It is his.
And he like peppers it now, like so it like ages with him. Like I was just like, it's unreal.
You never noticed that he like never got a haircut?
No, because he when he like goes to touch up the piece, he says he's getting a haircut. Like I literally had no idea.
Wow.
My God.
You know what I would love to do? Let's parlay this. Thank you, intern Samantha.
This is so crazy.
This is mind blowing. My dad's a bald pothead.
Oh my God.
And now, things you found out. Hey, Chandler, how are you?
Not too bad. How's it going?
Doing okay. Thank you for asking. Hey, so you know your mom. You love your mom, no matter what, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But you found out something about your mom, and it threw you for a second, I'm sure. What did you find out about your mom, Chandler?
Well, I was helping her move, and we were packing up boxes, and I found a box with a trophy, and the trophy was broken, but it said biggest boobs and worn.
Wait, hold on. It said biggest boobs what?
Biggest boobs and worn. That's the city.
Warren, Ohio. Warren, Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest boobs in Warren.
And I said, where did this come from? And she said, I used to be a dancer. And like she just said it with no no, okay, it is what it is. And we just really didn't talk about it after that. But I asked her how the trophy got broken. And when my grandma found it, she threw it at her and it broke.
So why did your grandma have a problem with the biggest boobs in Warren trophy that your mother earned?
Because my mom being a dancer, I'm assuming, but
yeah,
like 19 or 20 at the time. So
wow, and look, no problem. So mom used to be a dancer, okay, and she got a trophy though. I love that.
She's a good dancer.
See, there you go. Well, congratulations, Chandler. But these are the things, every once in a while. I mean, how old were you when you finally discovered this about your mom?
I was about 28.
Yeah, so you're 28 years old. You're just now discovering mom used to be an exotic dancer and got a trophy for it.
Wow.
I love it. All right, Chandler, thank you very much. So, it's never too late in life to find out more. I didn't find out stuff about my dad until after he passed away.
I want to know.
They kept it quiet. Hello, Karen. Hello. So what'd you find out about your dad later on in life?
Well, I found out that my dad and my stepmom, they used to go to Poconos about every other weekend in the summer. I was about 15, 16 years old when I used to go. And I found out a few years ago that they were going to a nudist colony this whole time. I had no clue.
So your dad and your stepmom were nudists. They loved to hang out with other people who were nude up at the Poconos.
Oh, no.
And let me tell you, I can see this with my dad. My stepmom, no.
See, they surprise you.
They do surprise you.
they
And
do.
you know what?
Wow.
As long as it's not something dangerous or dirty, it's kind of fun to learn something new about them. And don't you find it a little intriguing?
No.
Okay.
That was my stepmom.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for listening to us. Hi, Gabby.
Hi.
What'd you find out about your grandma?
We were sitting in her kitchen, and she told me she was a mud wrestler back in the day when my mom was a kid.
Grandma was a mud wrestler. I mean, people would pay to watch your grandmother go into the ring and wrestle other people in mud.
Yeah, and apparently she was really good at it, too.
Did she win any trophies?
I guess she was in like a state competition or something, and she took second place.
All right. Wow. Now, were you intrigued? Isn't it kind of fun to find out something like that you never knew about grandma?
Yeah, I was like, geez, I have a cool grandma. I never
There you
knew.
go. I got a mud wrestling granny. I love it. Thank you very much, Gabby. I love that. Finally, we talked to Carly. Hello, Carly.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What'd you find out about grandma?
Okay, so my dad passed when I was about 18. And about 25, my family told me and my siblings that my grandmother had an affair with a taxi driver in the back of the taxi cab, so that my grandfather was not my grandfather.
Wow.
So we got introduced to an entire new family that was crazier than the one I was raised with.
Okay, this is a little more complex than the previous calls. I mean, did you find this to be interesting? I mean, did it really throw you off? Was it really that awful?
Well, kind of.
I see. If I find out, it's a little bit of a scandal. If I found out a scandal like that in my family, I'd be like, "Oh, good."
Yes, finally
It
something.
makes us a little more interesting. They had sex in the back of his
My
cab.
family needed to be more interesting.
Yeah, okay, your family's interesting enough. I know, but someone conceived in the back of a cab, that's kind of fun, right?
That's true.
I guess no one's agreeing with me.
That's kind of fun.
Taking a ride in the taxi, a whole new meaning, right?
Very true. But then I found out that this guy has 27 kids.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Cab was busy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Busy
say.
taxi.
Getting it on.
All right, thank you, Carly. Thanks for listening. See, I love that. I love when you find out these little intriguing things that happened, as long as no one's getting hurt.
Oh, all the 23andMe stuff now, I feel like that is just a whole new ball game.
Oh,
Everyone's finding out everything.
And Scary told us a long time ago his great grandparents were first cousins.
Yeah,
We
found
know-
out in my adult life.
We kind of knew that, though. We kind of figured that out on our own.
What makes you say that?
Well, because you don't clot when you bleed.
Right. I got that going on in my family, too, which explains a lot about me.
Right? Oh, really? Do you clot when you bleed?
I, too, don't clot. No, I'm just kidding.
Scary also describes that big mono eyebrow you have.
Yeah.
Monobordomia?
Mono eyebrow.
Poor Scary.
All right. I love you,
My
Scary.
eyes are a little close together.
A little. They are.
Oh, my God. I never noticed it.
When he crosses his eyes, they become one, like a cyclops. You look great, though, Scary.
Your home for Elvis Duran and the Z100 Morning Show.
Ask us if we have a plan. Do we have a plan? No. No, there's no plan.
Set Z100 as your number one preset in the car and on our free iHeartRadio app.
Bring them in.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Elvis Duran and the Morning Show. This is Elvis Duran and the Morning Show.
I know. We're telling grandma stories.
And my
Seriously.
favorite was you said to Scary, "Hey, Scary, get me some grandma music for
Yeah, I
the
need
next break."
grandma music.
And I'm like, what does that even sound like?
Yeah, what is that?
This isn't grandma grandma music. This is like great grandma music.
This is like Prohibition.
Yeah, I know. I don't know about that, but anyway. Let's have a gin from a bathtub. A bathtub gin. So before our time. I mean, because I remember my grandmother's number one goal in life was to make me fat. Yes. And I think all grandmas kind of did that. I would get home from school and stay at grandma's house some days, and she would be making these homemade biscuits with like a pound of butter on every bite.
Yum.
And Scary had the same problem.
Yes, she used to feed me sweets because she used to watch me after school before my mom was at work. So you could have 4 cookies of your choice. Or do you want 2 Hostess cupcakes or 2 Twinkies?
And here's a glass of whole milk.
Oh, yeah.
It's like my grandmother she would roll me under the cow and just squeeze the udder into my mouth. Here, have some milk straight from the udder.
Because they get insulted when you don't eat.
I know. Well, grandmas are there because they want to spoil you. Hi, Brianna. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm doing well. Oh, my gosh. What's that sound in the background?
I'm sorry, I took off my seatbelt.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Well, hey, don't hit a tree. Hey,
no, I'm not driving right now.
Well, thank you for listening to Y100 in Miami. Your grandma, she tries to make you fat, too? Is that your grandma's mission?
Yes, my grandmother, we are Cuban, so if you're not chunky at a young age, you're pretty much malnourished.
Yeah, I know. That's what they think. And we know it's not true, but in their eyes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she really, I don't deserve her. Like, she has spoiled me and my cousins and my brother to no end. And now that I'm with my boyfriend, she spoils him to absolutely no end. She constantly feeds us.
Yeah, what's your boyfriend's name?
His name is Paul.
I can hear your grandmother. Oh, little Paul, have another croqueta.
Yeah, can you imagine? And it's all in Spanish. So it's very, Paul, ¿tienes hambre? And then she'll say no, and she'll say, sí.
Yeah,
and then she'll just serve him a plate of food.
You know, when grandmothers, no means yes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I know, but she loves you, and this is how grandmas show love. You say, you know what, it's grandma's day, it's your birthday, let us do something for you. And you know what, the best gift you can give a grandma is to let her cook for you.
Yeah.
Because she loves it.
Absolutely. We've had friends that come over, and she's embraced them with so much love, and they'll offer to bring her food, and she says absolutely not. No. If there's like an emergency with clothes, she hems our clothes. She used to be a seamstress in Cuba. So she comes in, if we have any little thing, even so much as a button, she taught me how to sew, and I sew all my stuff, but she'll look at it and say, no, you didn't do this right.
Yeah, I know. She does it her way. Wait, hold on. We have to interrupt this conversation, Brianna, to give Paul another croqueta. I know, and grandmas can sew anything. I was like, you leave the room and walk back, and she's sewn an entire hot air balloon.
Yes. my grandmother sewed. She made my mom's wedding dress.
Oh, see, that's beautiful.
Wow.
See, there's something so beautiful about that. Brianna, God bless your grandmother. You tell her we said hi, okay?
I will. I might even make a video and I'll send it to you guys.
I love that.
You can say hello.
I love grandma porn. But it's not dirty porn. It's like her making croquetas.
Speaking of sewing, my grandmother didn't do this, but my mom told me a story of how they used to play jokes on her grandma.
Right.
They would sew her nightgown shut, and they'd sew the arms. So in the middle of the night, she's cursing in Italian, trying to get her arms to the nightgown.
That sounds like something Alex would do.
It was so mean, but they said it was so funny.
Oh, don't make fun of grandma.
Her cousins did it.
My grandma, I love her. She's my favorite person ever. But she was definitely the wanderer. Like, she would wander out of the house. Yeah. So we were the family in the neighborhood who people would be returning my grandma to us. Like, hey, did you lose this again? I'm like, damn it, grandma. When did you leave?
You was so sneaky. You don't even know she's gone.
She's just walking around to say hi to everyone.
So sneaky. It's great.
But we love our grandmas.
Love her.
We love our grandmas. Hello, is this Morgan?
Yeah.
So Morgan, good morning. And it's all about grandmas. What does your grandma do for you?
So I've been out of the house for about a year now, and I'll ask her to go over and let my dog out, and while she's over there, she'll just clean my entire house and do my laundry.
Right.
Oh, could you have her come over and let my dog that I don't have out?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, Grandma, you've been here an hour and you cleaned my entire house, and then she says, and I also made you a tiramisu. Oh my God, we love our grandma.
Custard, actually.
I love it. The thing about grandmas is they get you fat. And they're like, oh, you need to eat more. And they get you fat. And then one day you walk in, they go, oh, you're getting fat.
Yeah, thanks, totally. It's your fault.
Only grandmas can get away with it. All right, Morgan, have a beautiful day. Thanks for listening to us.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's all about grandmas.
One of my grandmas once told my cousin, haven't seen you in a while. You've turned into a fat boy. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Frog.
Speaking of getting fat, and I know you'll know this being from the South, Elvis, my grandma used to put bacon grease in everything.
Oh, absolutely.
So if she cooked something, she would save the grease on like a little Crisco can on the back of the stove.
Right next to the stove, absolutely.
And she cooked anything, she'd reach in there and just take it out and put a dollop in there. I'm like, Grandma. She's like, it makes it better. It makes it good.
It does.
Everything was cooked with bacon fat.
And they lived forever until doctors told them it would kill them. Then they all started dying.
Right, what the hell?
It's like, just don't tell me what I'm doing to kill me and I won't die. Hello, Danielle.
Hi.
Your grandma, she sleeps over and she protects you? Oh, tell me about your grandma and why she stays over. I love this.
She's insane, and I love her, but she's 76 years old, and no matter what time of year it is, she always comes and sleeps over at my house whenever my parents go away, because I'm 22 and I still live at home.
Right.
But she thinks that her being there is just going to protect me, but I have a dog, and that's just this tiny little old lady, and she just thinks that whenever she's going to be over, that nothing bad's going to happen to me.
Oh, that is the cutest thing.
You gotta love that, you know,
awesome.
and cherish her in every moment that she invades your space because she's your. I remember until my grandma's last Christmas. I mean, she would give me that Christmas card every year. It had a $5 bill in it.
Nice.
And,
it's the little thing.
It's
My grandma used to go to the hairdresser and she would tip 50 cents. And my mom would say, you can't tip 50 cents anymore. You got to tip more. So we'd put it in a little envelope for her that said tip. And she'd still come back with that envelope that said tip and give them 50 cents.
So now you still. So if you see two quarters on the table, you think of your grandma.
I think of grandma.
That's the same as if I see a $5 bill or President Lincoln, I think of my grandma. Not because of the $5 bill, but because grandma had a beard. Just like Lincoln. She wore a stove pipe hat. Anyway. All right, Danielle, thanks for listening.
Yeah, I also just want to say thank you so much for taking my call. I actually just applied to be an intern on your show, so just keep an eye out for me. I'm in school for journalism right now, and this would be my dream.
Well,
so
hold on.
talking to you guys is amazing.
But here's the thing. I got to add to that. If you get the job as an intern, you got to bring grandma.
Yes, please.
Oh, my God, I will. She will die. She loves you guys.
All right, Danielle, thank you for listening to us. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, grandma. Love her. Love her. I miss her.
Grandma was my favorite, yeah.
Yeah. Grandma, she would call in the middle of the night and say that she can't find her can of pennies.
Why did they all have those?
They had cans of pennies.
I know.
I'm not quite sure. One more from Mallory. Hi, Mallory.
Hi, how are you?
Well, we're having a great time talking about our gentle grandmothers. Talk about how gentle your grandmother is.
She's not exactly gentle, but anytime, like, someone yells at either me or my brothers, like, she always goes full throttle and will just yell at them until they're crying.
So if your mom yells at you, your grandmother will defend you and yell at your mom for yelling at you.
Absolutely. Like, when I was, like, 19, I wanted to dye my hair blonde, which was absolutely the wrong choice, and my mom told me no, but then my grandmother yelled at her, saying that it was what I wanted to do, so she just went absolutely at her throat.
I love that. We love grandma. Grandma, she's looking out for you, even if she's fighting off her own child.
Yeah. It's awesome.
All right, Mallory. You tell grandma we said hi, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for texting in. I appreciate it. I'm done.
Elvis Duran in the morning show. Don't answer the phone. Elvis Duran. The Elvis Duran phone tap.
Here we go. Scary. Yes.
What's your phone tap about?
Well, Miguel emailed us to phone tap his girlfriend, Maria. Turns out she brings her 3 kids to a community pool and has had run-ins with the city who runs it. So Miguel thinks she's primed and ready for a phone tap. So I'm going to call and pretend like I'm from the city making a complaint.
A complaining person at the community pool.
Yes, I'm going to mess with her a little bit.
Let's see what happens in today's scary phone tap.
Hello? Hello? Hey, baby, what's up? Hey, I just got a call from the pool manager. Did you hear from him?
No, what happened? I left something there?
No, they called.
I'm going there right now. What happened?
They've been saying that you've been causing some problems there.
I'm causing problems in the pool?
Yeah, it's something with the kids. The kids are being difficult.
The people from the pool called you to tell you that my kids are being crazy?
They're just saying they're going wild. They're running around.
So how did they find out about this anyway? Like,
look, there've been some complaints.
There was people complained? Who was it? It was probably that
watching them?
Yeah, I watch the kids, but I'm not having to be up their ass all the time. They could go run around and play. Everybody else's kids are doing the same. It's not just my kids.
Whatever. I gotta go. I gotta go get the oil change in the car. I gave them your number because I don't want to deal with this right now. So they're gonna give you a call.
You gave them my phone number? What is wrong with you? Good. Actually, I hope these call me. Good. Whatever. Do what you gotta do. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, so you...
Good. All right. Good. Thank you for selling me out. Bye.
Oh, my God, dude.
Oh, my God, that was great.
All right, Miguel, you sit back. I'm going to give her a call, okay?
All right, great.
Hello?
Maria.
Hi.
This is George from the city of Smithfield. How are you?
Not very good, actually, because I just got off the phone with my boyfriend, and he told me, he said you were going to call me because of some people were complaining about my children.
I have 3 complaints from the citizens.
From who?
I'm not going to tell you that.
From some hater that don't like to see anybody having a good time.
Listen,
I pay my taxes.
we're getting off on the wrong
I can
foot.
go to the pool if I want to. Excuse me?
We're getting off on the wrong foot here.
I'll get on whatever foot I want to get on. I don't like this. I pay my taxes. I work hard. I take care of my children. If I want to go to the pool, I'll go to the pool. Other people bring their brats there too. Nobody says right?
You change your baby on the lounge chair, and then you leave the dirty diaper crumpled up for the pool staff to clean up. It's not why they were hired.
So what? How is this your business? I pay for that pool.
Yeah, you pay-
I pay your salary. How about that? You work for the city, right?
Yes.
You work for me. You should clean up after me when I leave. I don't work there. You work there.
Then the kids going in the pool in Pampers. That is not acceptable pool attire.
It's fine. Everybody does that.
No.
Everybody has the little swimming diapers. That's fine.
Yeah, but you just plopped the kid in its Pampers into the pool.
Everybody does that. You want me to put them naked in the pool?
No, but then they plop in their Pampers after you plop them in the pool, and then you change.
Bad. Don't get in the pool with me then.
It's unsanitary.
I think so. What the? You don't have anything better to do than to with me today? What the do you do all day? What do you do all day?
You know what I do all day?
Nothing.
I sit in the air conditioning. I eat cookies. That's what I do. Okay?
I hope you choke on a poisoned cookie.
You want to share your crappy diapers, but your kids don't want to share the water noodles with the other kids. They're stealing the water noodles.
Nobody's stealing. My kids don't steal. If they want to play with something in the pool, they can play with whatever the they want to play
They're
with.
hogging up all the water noodles.
Oh no! They're playing with the toys. Oh no! They're kids. What the you think they're gonna do?
And you're sneaking guests in.
You shut the up. You're out of your mind.
You wear the wristbands and then you cut them from the inside flap. Then someone walks it out to the next person, and you sneak 8 guests in by the end of the afternoon.
And you know that how? Prove it. Prove it.
Because there's a whole. Because there's a mob of you. It's like the stroller mafia over there.
Prove it.
What do you multiply when you throw them in water? You have like 10 people by the end of the day.
You can't talk to people like this. I'm gonna have your job. Watch.
All right, I'm writing you up. As a matter of
You're gonna
fact,
write me up? What's your name?
don't be trying to show up today because you ain't coming in.
I'm gonna find you. And I'm gonna smack the taste out of your mouth. Who the are you? For real? What's your last name?
Duran.
I'm writing this down.
Duran.
Duran. Of course you have Dur in your name, you dumb bitch. Duran.
Duran. Yeah. Okay. First name Elvis.
Duran. Elvis Duran. I swear to God.
Maria.
Elvis Duran?
No, it's not Elvis Duran. It's Scary Jones. But I work for Elvis Duran and the morning show, and you got phone tapped.
Oh, my God. I hate you so much.
Miguel's on the phone.
I'm sending you my medical bill.
What's
Take
up,
it.
baby?
Oh, yeah.
Happy anniversary,
What's
honey.
wrong with you people?
You are a role model parent. Let me tell you, I think our listeners all want to meet
Why
you.
you do this to people? This ain't right.
The Elvis Duran phone tap.
This phone tap was pre-recorded with permission granted by all participants.
The Elvis Duran phone tap. Only on Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. Tell your smart device to wake you up to Z100 on iHeartRadio.
As I open my eyes.
And start your day in the know.
Without reaching for your phone.
Elvis Duran and the Z100 Morning Show.
I did it again yesterday. I'm sure we're all guilty of this, whether you want to admit it or not. You go online, Instagram, sometimes X, and you fall into that hole.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen, I'm sure the ads I've seen, we've all seen. The one where you spray that foam down the drain and it comes out like a big snake.
Oh, yeah.
And it cleans it out. It looks so satisfying.
It really does.
It's Luftune No Rinse Cleaner.